Hello, everyone, and happy Easter. This is Nick bringing you another gameplay commentary on Gears of War Judgment. This is a domination on streets, and my loadout is Lancer Smoke, which has become my go-to loadout, which is pretty crazy since I've kind of been a shotgun player since Gears 1, but things are a little different in this game. But actually, I don't do anything special in this gameplay. However, the thing that's significant about it is this is a ranked domination match. And we hold the other team to 5 points only, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, someone does leave in the middle of it, I think. But, I mean, we were already, destroying the crap out of them. They don't get a point for, a while in this gameplay. But this is and because that's a pretty short video, I just want to talk about a couple of issues people are having with this game. And first off, I'm going to talk about something that happened just very recently, and that was buffing a couple of the rifles. Epic decided to up the damage a little bit on the Lancer, Retro Lancer, and the Hammerburst MK2, which is the semi-automatic version, the regular Hammerburst for those of you out there. And I think that was a huge mistake, because they did that based on statistics and the experiences of Epic employees. The problem with Gears is, even in this game, I know people don't think it's there, but Gears will always have a ridiculously high learning curve, and I've seen a lot of the developers play. None of them are really that good, at all. The only one I've ever seen that's kind of respectable is Pete Nub. That said, I mean, you can't... If you go in and you're not playing the game correctly, how can you... I don't understand how you can decide to change weapons on your own personal experience if you're not a great player. You just might not be doing that well with it. I don't know. I don't like that at all. I think that was a big mistake. They even said that the melee wasn't an issue because it wasn't getting a lot of kills. But that's not the point. The thing about the melee is that it's allowing the shotgun kills, you know? You go and you get the smack, and then you shoot. You don't smack again, generally. It's a two-piece. And you can do that with pretty much almost every weapon in the game. Because of that, though, they decided the melee wasn't worth changing. So, I'm starting to get a little fearful here. They're not being smart about things. I felt like the balance was perfect. And a lot of people did. I heard a lot of people saying that the balance between the rifles and the shotguns was as good as it's ever been. And I don't like that they just went in and changed it because someone had a bad experience running the Lancer. I was doing well with the Lancer way before the buff, all right? I put gameplays up. I talked about it. I was running Lancer Smoke as my go-to before they buffed it. I don't, and I'm not the greatest player in the world. I know what I'm doing, but, I mean, there are definitely way better players than me out there, and I was doing all right, so I don't understand why they did that, and especially since they based it off their own personal experiences. But I talked about meleeing a little bit. For whatever reason, it doesn't get to me. I don't know. I mean, I played a lot of Gears 1 and a lot of Gears 2 early on. I played most of my Gears 2 at its worst point, I would say. I played it all the way through to the end, but toward the end, I started dabbling in Call of Duty and Battlefield. But anyway, it just never got to me. It was just something that was part of the game, and to have it back, it's just like, okay, whatever. The two pieces back. That's fine by me. They did nerf the stun time for the melee, but I gotta be honest, I don't think it did anything. It didn't change anything at all. And I'm not trying to dismiss the complaint. I understand why it bothers people. Having the melee be a non-issue in Gears 3 was actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna argue people on it. Just personally, I don't really care. I use it. I'm not gonna not use it out of some ridiculous code of honor that is invisible in an online game that no one really cares about, and that there's no punishment for breaking it. I'm not gonna handicap myself. To me, that's stupid. Those of you that do that, good for you. I guess you're free to do whatever you want, but you're just gonna make yourselves miserable, and that's why you're on the forums whining about it. And the other big issue is stim gas, but I don't know. It just seems like people kind of stop complaining about it, or aren't complaining about it as much. I know they toned it down to 3 seconds, which was a smart move. I would even take it a step farther, maybe go 2 seconds. But, I haven't really... That's another one I haven't really had an issue with. It does get a little annoying, but, I have a shotgun a lot. So I go in and I just blast them. A lot of the people who do that can't... They don't rely on their shotgun skills, per se. There are good players out there doing it, too. Don't get me wrong, but, that's just another thing that... Yeah, it's annoying, but I don't think it's as big of an issue. You know what it is nowadays? These games don't really have, real glitches anymore that hurt the game, and lag isn't really the issue that it was. I know it is for some people that live in certain areas or whatever where there's not a lot of people playing the game. But, when big issues aren't the giant issue anymore, you got to focus on other things and exacerbate those problems. And I think that's what's happening with this game. I mean, yeah, I don't really have that many issues with it still. Yeah, like I said, though, I don't like that rifle buff. I don't think that was necessary. The Lancer was already pretty strong. Now it's tearing down people pretty fast, maybe a little too fast. They might want to go back on that. I hope they do. I really felt like everything out of the box was balanced so perfectly. One other thing, the Marksa can headshot and execution. I've seen people complain about that. To be honest, that would not be a good thing. I'd have one weapon that can bypass DBNO from any range. To me, is just kind of a scary thing. You know, as a starting weapon. You know, that said, you still get your 2-shot down with it, so it's not like you've made the weapon useless. It's just not overpowered. You know, that could have been a real issue for execution. Other than that, though, I mean, as far as execution goes, it's not the same as it was in Gears 1, 2, and 3. However, the difference isn't bad, at least not to me. I feel like it's a new game mode, you know, like just branded as an old one. You know, and while it's not the same, it's still, I don't know. I just enjoy it. I think it's not the same, but it's a good different, if that makes sense. And I feel like the clutch is back too, just because of the map design. There's so many ways around, so you can't really just force a guy into a corner where he has to make a stand. You actually have a chance to run away and do something. But man, this video is already over. So I hope you guys have a happy Easter again. Please leave a rating if it's not too much, and have a good one. Peace.